afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to another entertaining edition of Afternoon Express. How are you, Bali?
I am great. We're colourful, so we're ushering in the colour to your TV screens and into your home this afternoon. Thank you so much for choosing Afternoon Express on this Wednesday. My name is Thembi Seete, and I'm followed by my big sis, Mpumi.
So today on the show, we chat to Jacqui Carpede, who came onto the scene as part of the successful trio Jamali. You all remember Jamali, and we all loved Jamali. Jacqui debuted her first album in 2013 and back with a brand new single for her upcoming sophomore album.
Absolutely. I was a huge fan, and
Absolutely.
I know I followed that talent search, and I still am. I actually saw a selfie that they posted recently on Instagram with the three girls reunited. Hopefully we can muster up a reunion Ngwenya.
Absolutely.
Now we also chat to the teachers and students from the Institute of Music and Indigenous Arts Development, an MPO which promotes music lessons, or rather provides music lessons to disadvantaged youths in Khayelitsha, Langa and Lansdowne. We also get some tips on improving our posture with trampoline workouts from a personal trainer and fitness expert, Jacques De Beer. I'm scared for that one. I'm not fit. Everyone knows that.
I'm happy for you, because you always said you're not much of a working out person, but I think we're going to turn you into that.
2019 is the year.
It's your year.
It's my year.
The return. Bali, the return.
Woo.
So Cape Town-based dentist Dr. Jacques Carpede gives us insight on everything we need to know about oral hygiene and care. Plus, we chat about the importance of checking your credit rating regularly with Mocheko Chaka. For me, checking my credit rating and going to the dentist instills the same amount of nervousness.
Oh my gosh, it's that conversation already. I'm sweating, it's stressful, but it's important for you to know your credit record so that you can take full control of your life. Now, later on, we chat to Marsha Kurime and Gugu Dlamini about the various ways that women can uplift each other. I love that conversation. Can't get enough. Now, remember to connect with us on social media platforms and tell us how you've discovered your hidden talent. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page.
Now, Jacqui Carpede grew up thinking she would become a professional dancer until a friend discovered that her talent for singing surpassed her talent for dancing. And after years of being part of a successful girl group, Jacqui carved out a solo career with the release of her debut album, Ready to Love, proving that she was just as great on her own as she was in a group. And after a few years of touring and getting cameo roles on sitcoms such as City Sesla, she's back with the hot new single, Never Enough. Take a look.
Always something I can do better. Oh, tell me what you want. I'll do it. Good enough, hard enough, strong enough, wild enough. Promise, baby, I can do better, baby. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. Never enough.
Wow, Jacqui, welcome to The Loft. Lovely to have you back with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Jamali is, for me, one of the best all-female groups to come out of South Africa, and whenever I see one of you going solo, I get so excited. But you did bring out a solo album before, and this is a return with your a single from your new one. So what's the change? What's changed? Who are you now?
I think, thank you very much for that wonderful welcome you guys gave me. And I agree with you that Jamali is probably the best group to come out of South Africa.
Yeah, own it.
What's different this time? I think I've got a lot more to talk about. I'm older now. There's different challenges that I'm going through. And I think a lot of women my age can relate to the songs that I'm singing on this sophomore album. Yeah.
Well, you know, I think the challenge to once you've come out of a girl group and going solo is to keep growing.
Yes.
How do you make sure that you're always growing and that the music that you're bringing out has something, an added extra something to share with your fans?
It's experiences. I think wherever you find human beings, you'll find common issues, common problems, things that women have in common as well. So I think you never run out of run out of content.
Yes.
You just need to find creative ways to share what it is.
Share your story.
What your story
and your
is.
point of view.
Yeah, and what other people are going through as well.
So you also just recently shared your material in Berlin.
I did.
How did the Berlin connection happen and how was it received?
You know, when you stay in South Africa for a long time, especially in the music industry, you can kind of start doubting yourself and not knowing where you are, where you fit. There's this term that's relevance, you know, are you still relevant? You know, do people still relate to you or whatever the case may be? So I figured, let me just go somewhere else and see how other people who don't know me from a bar of soap, who don't know me at all, never heard of me, never seen me, would receive myself, my talent, my music, and my sound. And it was the best thing I ever did for myself.
Wow.
It was very rejuvenating. I feel so much better, a lot more confidence. Because being in the industry could kind of, you know, it could crush your spirit when you feel like things aren't happening for you. You know, there's
comparing yourself to other people and feeling like things aren't happening fast enough for you.
Absolutely.
Now, you also have a 15-year-old son.
I do.
Who's also into music and is also an MC.
Yes, he is.
And you guys have a lot of conversations about music.
All the time.
Can we expect a collaboration from the two of you?
He would like that.
He would like that.
He actually wants me on the hook. And I keep telling him, you can't afford me.
You can't.
So he's a very good rapper. He's super independent. He's producing his own stuff. He's getting himself out there. So we have a lot of conversations about the music industry, what he has to expect. Of course, it's changing, and he tells me a thing or two of what's actually going on. Because I might be a dinosaur, you know, and
I know, so he's going to keep you
he keeps me on my toes, and he keeps me, you know, young as well. He keeps me very, very young in terms of sound and what's out there and who's doing what.
Well, we're very blessed today because you're going to perform for us, and we can't wait for that later on.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
An incredible way to kick off the show with Jacqui here on Afternoon Express. But after the break, we chat to Mocheko Chaka about the importance of checking your credit rating regularly.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. In this series of chats with DirectAxis, we've talked about why your credit score is important and the myths about blacklisting and what you can do to take control of your credit profile and life. And today we'll discuss why it's a good idea to regularly check your credit rating. It's time well spent and it can save you money. Welcome back.
Good to be back.
Chaka. Yeah. So for anyone out there who has never checked their credit rating, right? And it's something they feel like they can chuck to the back of their minds. Why is that not a positive thing?
Well, you know, the way to look at it is this. When you want to take out credit, someone has to make a decision to grant it to you. And they need to do it on information and trust that you'll be able to pay their money back. And the way they do that is they, one, ask you for information, like who you are, how much you earn, but they also need to verify that from a third party. That's why they're always asked to, so your salary slip and your bank statements, so they can double check that. A credit record is something that gets recorded and then generates your credit score and credit rating by these bureaus. And then these bureaus collect the information in the background, and then the creditors can tap into those and make a decision about you. Right. So at any point in time, someone is using that information to grant you credit. And by you knowing it, you're seeing how others see you, and that empowers you because you know up front what you can get.
Yeah. And how often should you check your credit rating? And does it affect you negatively if you're always checking it or checking it too often?
I'll ask them two parts. The first one, you should check I think, about every month, because what tends to happen is that this information every month, that's when it changes. Sometimes you can go a few months and skip, but generally I advise you check every month. The reason for this is because the bureaus get submitted information throughout the month. And as you pay back something month by month, then you get new information, and the new information can impact the score. So it gets refreshed once a month, so it's good to check.
See.
A little bit more often if you're applying for credit, so you can see if inquiries have been done against your name. That means someone has checked what your credit score is, and you can see who's doing that.
All right. Is anyone allowed to check your credit rating? Or do they have to be an authorized institution or financial institution?
Authorized
institution. Do they have to apply?
Yes. Authorized institution can check. They have to be able to access that. No one else can see that, which is why when you access yours, they have to verify that you are you. It's such personal information that only you have to access it. So it's not just anybody that can see it. And normally institutions ask for your permission. So that's why they always sign, can we have permission to see your rating? It's because it's such private information that people need your consent.
Yeah. And how often do South Africans in general check their credit rating? Are we good at it? Are we bad on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I'll start with, you know what percentage do? No, not many. 5% check. Yeah, so it's not a lot of people who know, but a lot of people are affected by it. So what we're trying to do is build a practice of making it part of your life, a habit, getting used to it, being comfortable with it. And as people grow more comfortable with it, it can serve them better.
Yeah.
We've got a long way to go.
Absolutely, we definitely do. I mean, not only does it sound like it's a great tool to get you to being financially fit, but how can you avoid scams?
Oh, that's actually the way it comes in handy, because what Pulse does is it allows you to see who's done inquiries against your name. So, for example, if someone has stolen your identity, they will have to apply on your ID number, and that gets recorded at the bureau. So if you're checking your credit score monthly, you can see who's done inquiries against your name. And inquiries generally affect your credit score because it shows that you're getting more credit. And this can then impact you in a way that you didn't expect, especially if you didn't consciously do it and then someone else is doing it in your name. So the best way to catch scams before they get out of hand and you find yourself in debt that you didn't go into is to rely on things like credit checks.
Yeah. And I mean, one thing that I've always thought was just grossly unfair is just the feeling that an institution, if you have a dispute with them, can blacklist you even if you're not in the wrong. And it feels like they have the upper hand somehow.
I think I would always stress that people shouldn't feel that way. And what we normally define as blacklisting is a catch-all phrase for generally when your score isn't as good as it should be, whether it's negative or there's a judgment against it. And when you're with a creditor, when you have a relationship with a creditor and you don't pay them, they have to first take steps to make sure they inform you that you've defaulted before they record you against the bureau.
Right, yeah.
So what Pulse does and products like it is that they empower you to know that, oh, I see a default on my name. This affects my score negatively. You can call them and say, you didn't warn me this was going to happen, or give me an opportunity to rectify. So by checking, you're actually empowered to prevent things like that, where you find yourself what they term blacklisted, and you can't get credit. So it gives you the power back.
Yeah. Well, DirectAxis Pulse sounds like a very empowering tool, and we should all get on it.
That's our aim of creating it, to empower people so that they can have a healthier relationship with credit.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Thanks, Bonnie. Good to be back.
So, well, if those aren't good reasons to check your credit score, then I don't know what are. Take charge of your credit score with Pulse from DirectAxis.
Registering for Pulse is free and easy. Visit directaccess.co.za/Pulse today. We're getting the most out of our guests here on Afternoon Express, whether it's information on your credit rating and your credit score, whether it's fitness to entertainment.
Oh, baby, please.
Ooh.
Please don't you check my credit.
I love that. Baby, please don't check my credit. See you after the break.
Oh, my gosh.
Express yourself.
We all know that one of the most talked about subjects in recent years is female upliftment. And today we're fortunate enough to have marketing and branding gurus, Marsha Kumire and Kuku Dlamini, who are behind Brutal Fruit's latest campaign, Success Tastes Better Shared. Welcome to the Loft, ladies.
Thank you.
I'm so pleased to have you because this is, I think, an ongoing talk and something that is so important that you can't just shine the light on me alone, but we have to shine the light on each other. Now, Success Tasting Better Shared. For me, it's so powerful. It's so great. Can someone shed some light on the inception and the background of the campaign?
So I think we need to take it back to the brand's actual purpose. So our purpose is to inspire women to not conform to societal pressures, to really let them own their authenticity and inspire them to thrive together. So I think it has the foundation that it makes it easier then to go into Success Tastes Better Shared. And I think what you see a lot of in society now, what you see in media is that women can't work together. We love watching reality shows where women are fighting. And when you talk to women on the, with the real women on the streets, they'll tell you that's not a reflection of what's really going on. And they are working together, they are collaborating. And I think it's important that we show the healthy side of competition and not the catty side, and really showing women that are empowering each other and working together.
And power is all that it embodies. Success tastes better shared. And I think that it has the potential to spread like wildfire. Do you ladies see the campaign going any further?
We absolutely do, Balisa. In actual fact, we believe so strongly in the power of the collective in terms of just women putting each other up that we want this campaign to go further. We want us to be walking in the streets and saying, hey, we've got you. We want us to be together and pulling together and achieving so much more.
Yeah, I love that. I see it going global. I think that it's got such a trigger-happy kind of feeling,
yes.
and everyone kind of wants to be involved. What would you love to see as a result of this campaign?
I think for us, our dream would be where women really understand that another woman's success is not a threat to your own. Another woman's happiness is not a threat to your own or delay of yours. And so you should be able to be happy to see somebody else thriving.
Absolutely. I feel like there's just so much opportunities for all of us to share in actual fact. And if we just pull each other up, there is going to be opportunities even more for all of us. So yes, definitely.
Ladies, I'm sure we can all relate to experiencing the power of the collective. Do you mind sharing some of your own personal stories?
So I've been very fortunate. The two brands I've worked on before and the one I'm working on now have been kind of all female teams. So I've had a really good brand director, Becky Opdijk, and then Zilka Burker, who's also a brand director, who've just been really influential in coaching and mentoring and just seeing where they see you have potential. And then they go, hey, this is how you could do it better. And then they open doors for you in places that you might not have gotten if they didn't allow for that. So I'm really, really grateful. And I hope I can do the same for another female too.
I completely agree with you, Marsha. I think I've been also very fortunate to be from a home whereby my mom's been absolutely amazing and she's been very strong, and she showed me actually how she's put up other women as well. And that's where I got it from. And from there, even at work, I've been very fortunate to work with some amazing women. Marsha did mention that we've got a lot of female women who are in leadership and we look up to them. And yeah, so I've been very fortunate on that side.
And we're fortunate here too. I can just relate to your stories. Here at Afternoon Express, our content team is an all-female team, a team of powerful, strong, intelligent women that continue to support us and make the show what it is. And of course, my darling co-presenters, you ladies know, all female. So the future truly is female, and we're so proud of it here at Afternoon Express. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming by to Afternoon Express.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you for
We
having us.
truly appreciate it. I'm sure our viewers at home can all relate. If you can relate to success tasting better shared, share your stories with us on social media. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express, or comment on our Facebook page. Who is the lady in your life or group of women who propel you forward and help you succeed bigger heights that you ever imagined for yourself? Well, there you have it, the next national and potentially global movement of success tasting better shared. I truly hope that the story resonates with you at home and inspires you to uplift the women in your lives.
Not only is the future female, but if you see the little cuties we've got in the loft for you, you are definitely going to recognize that they are the future as well. The Institute for Music and Indigenous Arts Development provides music lessons to disadvantaged youth in Khayelitsha, Langa and Lansdowne. And the project leaders give students an opportunity to develop their talent and potential through their acquired expertise in music, as well as providing employment for music teachers from these communities. And one of the bands to come out of the program has gone on to perform at the Artscape Theatre and a number of local community events. Let's have a look at one of their most memorable performances at their year-end concert in 2017. Those little people are handling some big instruments, hey?
Oh, yes.
Welcome to the Loft. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
So, IMAD. How did you first get involved with IMAD, and what does IMAD stand for?
IMED stands for an Institute for Music and Music and Indigenous Arts Development, and I got involved with IMED in the year 2014, and I was approached by a well-known pianist, Cape Townian pianist, the legendary George Ngwenya, and he offered me a job to work with the kids, and I'm very passionate to work with the kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Babalo, you obviously love working with the kids. Eric as well. Eric, did you come on board later, or was it around the same time?
No, it was later when I came on board. It was about 2017.
Right,
yes,
right. I mean, playing an instrument is a discipline, and it takes a lot of effort and commitment. I know I've got a 9 and an 8-year-old boy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to get them to play the trumpet.
Oh, yeah.
I have to fight with them to brush their teeth in the morning. So how do you guys manage to do this?
Oh, it takes a lot of, effort and
patience.
And patience,
Yeah.
and well, especially when you have to work with these young kids, you really have to be like, guys, please, discipline.
You have to encourage them all the time.
Yes. This is an instrument. You'll go far with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Just make it your
friend.
your friend. Your buddy.
Yeah. And Eric, how have you seen teaching the children these instruments change their lives? How has it impacted
changed their life
lives?
drastically in terms of discipline. They do well at school as well in their academic work.
Really?
Yeah, they do well because of music. Music, it's a beautiful thing for kids to learn. It gives them creativity, and yeah, they do well at school.
Wow, I was watching them do their sound check, and they're so focused, and they're so there's so much order and structure going on there.
Of course.
So well done.
Thank you, buddy.
Here to perform Yakali Nkomo are the students from the Institute for Music and Indigenous Arts Development.
sipping jams. Now, after the break, you don't want to go anywhere because we're discussing oral health hygiene. And if your New Year's resolution is to stay fit in 2019, we've got Fitness Guru in the loft to teach us a thing or two. See you after the break.
Clover Krush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Krush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back. Now, keeping up a good oral health care routine throughout your life is the best way to keep you happy and healthy for longer. But a good oral health care routine extends way beyond just brushing your teeth and should include a mouthwash in your routine. Mouthwash kills the germs in hard-to-reach places of your mouth. And Dr. Jacques De Beer is here to tell us everything we need to know about keeping our teeth in check. Welcome, Dr. Z.
Thanks, Bonnie. So nice to be here. Just to let you know, I'm not slurring. It's the braces.
Yeah, I like those. I've never seen that color braces
Thank
before.
you. They're quite clear.
Yeah, they are quite clear. So, what needs to go into a healthy oral health routine daily?
You cannot underemphasize oral health care too much. I think it's so important to not only brush, because brushing alone only destroys 25% of the bacteria, but we have to look at the mouth as a whole. You know, look at the tongue, getting a mouth rinse involved, flossing every day, making sure that you are going to be able to maintain that beautiful smile for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know, it gives us the confidence that we all need, but it also gives us function. You can have all the money in the world. If you don't have your teeth, you won't be able to enjoy your food. You won't be kissable. You won't be able to enjoy your life to the fullest. So oral health care is so important, and significantly it's becoming more and more important because we've got studies now to prove that through our meridian planes, our teeth are connected to all of our organs. So chronic fatigue, chronic illnesses, they can all be as a result of having an infection in your mouth. So it's very important to start by being healthy, by checking your mouth out.
Yeah, this is serious. And as adults, how often should we be visiting the dentist?
So
starting from never.
Twice a year is ideal, because we really want to make sure that we catch any form of infection or cavity early. You know, that we can only sometimes detect by an X-ray. So if we look at the outer layer of the tooth, dentistry can be much less invasive if we detect some cavities earlier. So then we don't have to have all of these scary procedures done. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And so obviously we need to extend, from what I'm hearing, our oral health care beyond just brushing teeth. What else do we need to add to the routine?
Well, definitely flossing, definitely tongue scraping, and definitely rinsing with a mouth rinse. If you can do that, that's amazing. The Listerine range, I personally love that.
Yeah.
That also helps to maintain the whiteness of your teeth. So, but all in all, we can't just brush on itself.
Yeah. And what would you say to adults who are afraid to go to the dentist, who've had like really terrible experiences with the dentist as children? Speaking for myself, we're always terrified. You were saying earlier that the technology's changed.
The technology has really changed, and the general feeling of going to the dentist is becoming more of something that's a fun experience. It's really nice to go to the dentist nowadays. It's not a scary office anymore.
Yeah.
The staff are all well trained, everybody's friendly, and everybody's there to you know, serve you to improve your health.
Yeah.
So it's really benefiting you, and you can have a beautiful experience at the dentist.
Absolutely, and obviously dentists are becoming more good-looking and more stylish.
Thank you.
What are the common misconceptions around oral health care among adults?
So I think sometimes some patients come to me and they say that they have genetically bad teeth. So they think that they have all these cavities because of the fact that their parents also had cavities. But that's obviously a misconception. Nurture is key here. So we can maintain our mouth by looking after ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, it's either sugar consumption normally or drug abuse that leads to these problems in your mouth. So eliminate those, make sure that you keep your mouth clean.
Yeah.
Always carry a water bottle with you. Drink the water, that's great, that's beautiful, but also, you know, rinse your mouth thoroughly all the time.
Yeah.
Be kissable.
Wow. Yes, be kissable. Well, I'm going to come to you for that. Thank you so much.
Nice to be here.
So next up, we tackle bad breath and how you can treat and prevent it altogether. Dr. Jacques De Beer will be back next week to give us all the insight we need into this important topic.
Brushing alone doesn't clean your whole mouth. Don't just clean your teeth, clean your whole mouth. Complete the clean with Listerine.
As the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. And Clover Krush is doing their bit by spreading the goodness and distributing 20,000 Smart Steps school shoes to students across South Africa. And to help them spread the goodness, they've invited one of South Africa's most loved personalities, Thembi Seete, to be part of the Krush Goodness Crew and help spread the good vibes at Moriting Primary School.
At Moriting Primary, TV presenter and hip-hop artist Thembi got out of the studio into the classroom, giving away a school's worth of Smart Step school shoes with the Clover #KrushGoodness campaign.
The reason why I decided to be part of a Clover Krush Goodness campaign is that I'm a good supporter of young people. And young people learn by action, learn by watching or seeing you doing something. So if you put action onto your words, really, they are able to see and learn at the same time.
I think Clover Krush decided to bring Thembi into the school because she's well known, she's a celebrity, and she's done a very good job, and the kids will feel very special. It's actually a very nice thing to do. We started in Gauteng, now we're in Limpopo, and the response is amazing. People here are very grateful, and yeah, we're loving them.
Having a brand new pair of shoes, it's a motivation on its own. Yes, when you receive a pair of shoes, it excites you. Yes, it's a brand new shoe, but at the same time, it gives you a reason to want to wake up and to get ready and to go to school. You don't have a choice, you have shoes. And it's excitement as is, and when they're here at school, they have a reason to learn and to start playing with each other and also develop. But you have to give a child a reason to want to come to school. You have to add a bit of excitement. You have to add a bit of hope. You have to give them a reason to want to come and learn.
Bana ba tikologo ya rena ke bana ba ileng gore ba itshokolela dieta tse di tlo dira phetogo e ntsi mo phelong ya bona. Bana ba bangwe ba tla sekolong ba hloka dieta ebile ba hloka confidence gobane o sa apara dieta a o ipshine ka selo. So today ke motlotlo ka Clover Krush ge ifile bana ba rena dieta ba tlo apara uniform ba tshwana le bana ba bang.
It feels nice. I'm gonna wear them to go to school every day, and I'm gonna polish them every day. Every afternoon when I come back to school, I polish them. I like to thank Clover Krush for bringing me this pair of new shoes. Thank you very much.
I'd like to say thank you, Clover Krush, for bringing me these new shoes. I love you so much, and I thank you.
Being young and receiving shoes, for me, it just brings excitement, you know. It also brings the reason to want to come to school. It just brings, oh my word, I have to wear these shoes so that they can take me to school, giving the young people hope, giving them a reason to wake up and want to be at school, you know. And once they are here in school, this kind of environment, they're able to learn and get as much as I can. But just that small motivation to say, take and go out there, is such an amazing, powerful way.
I love my new school shoes because I'm going to keep them clean and polish them every day when I go to school. I want to take care of them so that they don't break or even collapse. They don't call them smart steps for nothing. I would like to say thank you, Clover, for everything that you've done for our school. Our school now is very popular because of you. Thank you, Clover.
That was just the start. Next, Krush shared the goodness with Ratanang Daycare and dedicated preschool teacher Sherbad Bobape.
It's an honor to have Clover to come to our preschool. It shows that our preschool is recognized, and whenever then we need help or we want their assistance, they do attend us. It's always joyful to have kids around whenever you see them grow from childhood until they reach a point of going to school.
Not forgotten for a second, Riachona Mankweng community drop-in shared in the goodness too, as Thembi felt the importance of this campaign.
You know, I've done these campaigns, like I said before, but as a mother now, this campaign feels different. I feel very close to these young people. They're just something that developed in my heart, and I think it's just the extra love and just the extra understanding that how is it like being a young kid and the things that they need. It's extra special to me, especially because I'm a mom now.
Clover Krush is doing such incredible work in our communities. So we want to take that excitement and bring it into the loft here on Afternoon Express this Wednesday. Now, there's never been a better time to build a greater you. And if one of your goals for 2019 has to be to get into shape, well, we've got just the thing for you. Today, personal trainer extraordinaire Jacques De Beer Strydom will be giving us a few tips on how to correct your posture. Now, a lot of people have office jobs, Jacques, and they always hunched over at the desk, typing away for hours on end. How can they feel better and get more strength in their core and the back?
Awesome. Well, you know, me coming from that type of environment, so I typically know how it feels to have a weaker back, lower back pain. So I've got a few things that we can go through on the mat. If you don't have a mat at home, you can just use your normal carpet, Persian rug, whatever the case may be.
Well, let's get into it. I want everyone at home to join us here on Afternoon Express. Get your carpets ready, move those tables aside, because Jacques is about to show us how we can improve our posture in 2019.
Awesome. Let's lie on our stomachs. Okay. On your yoga mat, your Persian rug. Extend the arms out and toes out. So fingertips are pointing the opposite direction. Toes are also pointing up. And lift the limbs. Hold that there.
Whoa.
Hold that there.
Jackie,
nice
how
and
are you
easy.
doing? I'm not. You're not doing.
So you hold that there. Give it about a minute or so, which we're not going to do now. So that's typically what you would do. And decide.
So what's the key here?
The key here is just to hold the limbs up and just activate those muscles that run alongside your spine. So when you hold it there, that's what you're doing there. What you can do as well for core is just to extend the arms up like this and then just touch your shoulder. There we go. So you're basically combining a plank workout.
No.
It's amazing. Come, Jackie. Come, Jackie. Right. Work out your sides. Work out your sides.
Say, Jackie, if I'm doing it, you can do it. And we want our viewers at home to join us doing it too. At home, I hope you're doing it. Ask your children, ask your husband, ask anyone around to take a picture of you. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat. Let us know how you're doing. I hope you're as strong as Jacques is, because I'm struggling. So I'm just gonna
What's
the next exercise?
Next, girls,
Thank
come,
you.
let's get onto our trampoline. So this is a bit of a craze that's going around. Some gyms offer it as a group exercise.
Okay.
So what you want to do, this is awesome for your back and core as well.
Yes.
So bums out, chest proud, and the shoulders back, and just get your bounce
Didn't
on.
a famous minister once say, stomachs in, chest out? So I think he's channeling the same energy here.
Exactly. We can do a jumping jack now. 3, 2, 1, and jumping jack. Excellent. Your back is activated, your core is activated, belly button towards the spine, and you're just doing jumping jacks. Let's get into now the surf position. Hips to the right. 3, 2, and 1. Go.
Woo! I was going to say a surf position, but we're
You go.
so far from the beach. Jacqui, how are you doing? Are you alive?
This is much better than what was happening
Other
on
side,
the
girls.
floor.
3, 2, 1, and
You're
go.
very quiet back there. I'm quite worried about you.
Come, Jack. Let's go.
Regret. It's called regret.
Next up, skiing position, and the legs to bring them together and just go.
Woo!
Ski. Come on.
Cores are activated here on Alpine Express. We're having a
Activated
good time.
core.
2019, we're achieving our goals, so we want you to do the same at home. Woo!
Whoa.
I'm feeling it.
Are you feeling jacked?
I love it.
Good. Palissa.
I don't love it too much anymore now.
And back to a jumping jack. Come on.
Oh, there's
Come on.
more.
There's more. Come on.
Hey,
And
I'm
good.
unable to can. Now with these tips and home hacks, why not begin your journey to fitness today? Thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank you
Jacques.
for having me.
And we can't wait, or rather I can wait, to have you back in the loft again.
This is great.
That could never be me. And I did promise you a performance from Jacqui earlier on, so girl, I don't know what you're gonna do now. We'll be right back.
Clover Krush, 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life.
Live with love by Clover. Never enough for you. Never enough. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough. Never enough. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1,
Never
2.
enough for you.
Are they going to do that? There she is. She's back. She's back. We're back. We're back.
I'm back once.
Promise, baby, I can do better, baby. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. I held you down when nobody had your back. You always on my mind. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I keep my body tight and give you some good loving. Yeah, I open up my heart to you. So what more do you want from me? Yeah, I'm never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough, never enough, never enough for you. Never enough for you. Never enough for you.
Come on over, girl. I actually think you need this more than me because you've been through the most.
Sally made you work today. How are you feeling?
I feel amazing.
I mean, I did say it at the top. I did say it at the top that we are getting the most out of our guests, whether it's entertainment, whether it's advice. We're moving forward, and I know one of your 2019 kind of ideas is to keep pushing forward, keep with the career.
Oh, absolutely.
What are your plans?
Just onwards and upwards. I'm going to continue to challenge myself with my acting, with my singing, with my business, and just keep doing what I've been doing just better and have more fun with it, because sometimes we don't just stop and smell the roses and see how far we've come. So I'm going to do a lot more of that. Just, take it easy.
You know, earlier on you mentioned the idea that of this like chase now, it's a millennial chase for relevance.
Yes.
But what's a more concrete idea to chase besides relevant? Because I feel like relevance is fleeting.
Yeah, I think, like I said earlier, just stopping and giving yourself a pat on the back and being like, you know what, Jax, you actually are doing well. You know, you're not where you were. You're at a different place in your life right now, and just enjoy it more, because we chase so much that we actually don't realize when we look back that we've done so much until somebody says, you know what, you're actually doing really well. And you're like, oh yeah, actually.
We don't acknowledge what we have.
I am. So let's acknowledge ourselves and acknowledge each other in our journeys forward.
Yeah, it's very important to stop and smell the roses. Kind of tick off the list that you have made of goals and be like, okay, I kind of did that. But for a lot of people, they can have an incredibly big goal, but they don't know how to get there. I mean, I always say you can know you want to go to Joburg, but you don't necessarily know the route that the GPS is going to take you. How have you been able to find your path?
I think I've now learned to trust my talent, trust my ability, and trust my own judgment, because I know myself really, really well. So you've got to start with figuring out who you are exactly to the core.
Know yourself.
And know yourself. Once you've got that figured out, everything else becomes much easier.
Can we expect a reunion from Jamali?
Sadly, no.
Oh, even just a reunion tour?
Okay. Sadly.
No, come on, break my heart.
I'm just dealing with a lot right now. I'm just dealing with a lot of emotions from that. No, but it's okay because I see that you are thriving solo, and I see the other ladies are also doing incredibly well. And that's what we want here on Afternoon Express, ladies propelling each other forward. I mean, we said it in my interview earlier, that success does taste better shared, and I know sitting on this couch, we love to see each other shine.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys having me on the show, and onwards and upwards.
Yeah, and we look forward to hearing from your son. to hear his material
very
soon.
Very
Awesome,
soon.
awesome. So join us again tomorrow as we preview the latest collection from fashion designer Toby Cooper's new line, plus the Township Opera Company performs in the loft.
I can't wait for that. Bonnie, after the show, I think that us three girls need to come together as one, toast to an incredible show, toast to an incredible day, and just enjoy. And we also want you to enjoy at home. Remember to tweet us Afternoon Chat. We want to find out what have your hidden talents been and how have you discovered them. Otherwise, see you tomorrow, same time, same place, with all the love in our hearts. Thank you for making our day every day just by tuning in. Mwah!
God bless.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.